What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Got my brand new blue snowball up and running. So tell me what you think. If the audio is too loud, too silent. I haven't been making any videos with this yet, so this is basically a video to experiment with the audio and show you guys how to make a custom YouTube profile picture to just to look just like this, basically. All the effects and everything. So let's get started. You're gonna open up your Photoshop and you're gonna click File, New, and you're gonna click with pixels for the width. You're gonna click this, make pixels. Width is gonna be 800, height is gonna be 800, and you're gonna make the background transparent. So then we're gonna click OK, and it should give you a box that looks just like that. So now there's a little arrow down here that lets you switch your colors around. You can click one and choose a base color that you want to use. Now, if you want it to be a really dark color like this, you're gonna want to choose your color to be a little bit brighter because the process that we go through does darken the color a little bit. So I'm going to choose a light blue like that, and then we're just going to use the bucket tool and paste it on just like that. You're gonna hold down Control, Shift, and press N, and it'll create a new layer. We're gonna call this one Vignette. And then we're going to click the elliptical marquee tool. You can right click the tools, or any tool, to choose a different one, if there is a different one for it, and you're going to drag it from one corner to the next. And this should make a circular outline, and you're going to right click it, select inverse, and then you're going to click this little arrow, make sure the color is black, and you're going to want to paste a black, or just use the bucket to fill the black in the corners. Now you're going to want to hold Control and press D on the keyboard to deselect everything, and we're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and make it around 117 pixels. Now this will give us the effect that it is faded out in the corners and it just looks really good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on the layer again, and we're going to go to Blending Options. You can give it a bevel and emboss, whatever you want. So let's do an inner bevel here with a smooth technique and about a 150 depth. And you're going to want to put on 7 pixels for the size, and make sure the direction is up. Next we're going to go down to Gradient Overlay. Now, Gradient Overlay and Pattern Overlay, you can only use one of them. So I will show you how to do a Gradient Overlay first. You're going to change it to Overlay. You want to use this default one right here, just like that. It's a transparent overlay, and it makes it just look a little bit darker. Oops, clicked OK there. It makes it look a little bit darker, and you can click Reverse and Reflected. This will give it a nice look, a bright look in the center, and it just gives it a more impact. And then we're going to change it to 150. So once you have that, and you want to stick with that, you can do so. Or if you want to do a pattern, you can go to Pattern Overlay. You're going to want to make sure to go to Overlay, and you can choose whatever pattern you want. And in my previous video, my previous tutorial in Photoshop, I said you're only going to have these 5 in the beginning. All you have to do is click the gear, click one, and click Append, and it'll add more textures in here. So let's choose a texture that looks nice. So you can adjust the size whatever you want, but I recommend doing about 150 on the size. That way it's still visible and it doesn't get too blurry, as to say if you did 500, it starts to get to look a little bit fuzzy. So it all depends on your tastes. So you can just do that color, and then you can click OK. So now, this is the look without the vignette, and this is with the vignette. So now we can click our text tool, and we can make any type of font that we want. I'm going to use SF Fedora here. So we're just going to use our username. Just like that. And you might want to, if you're trying to do something that looks like this, you might want to have it on this paragraph style. And you can adjust the size. I'm going to think about, no, not 70, 120. Well, let's see how 100 looks. Now, it all depends on the font you can have a certain font that you can get it up to about 150 and it'll still be pretty small on the screen. So now you can edit the color if you don't want to use any gradient overlays. I'm just going to leave this at white because I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a gradient overlay, and we're going to center it right there. So you're going to make sure that it is indeed underneath the vignette. Go to blending options and we can give it an emboss, and you're going to want to do a stroke emboss, and you're going to have to click stroke to see the effects. We're going to go back to bevel and emboss and click down, 150 for depth and about 7 for size. So what this does is it looks like it's impacted, like smashed into the picture. You're going to make the angles 90 and 40. And you can mess around with the opacity for the edges if you'd like. It does not really matter. And let's go with the gradient overlay first. We're going to click it and we're going to keep it at normal. If you do overlay, you won't be able to see it. Just stay on normal. And I actually have a preset already, so I'm going to teach you guys how to make a preset. You click on this little gradient here, and let's say if you want to edit the colors, you can double click on the little stops, and you can, let's say we're going to start with red first, and then we're going to go with blue. Now we already have blue. Let's go with green. So once you have that, you can type whatever you want to name it, and you can click new, and it'll give you a new preset just like that. And you can click OK. So we're gonna go over and we're gonna click this little drop down, click radial, reverse, and you're gonna make the angle about 167, and then we're gonna make the scale 150. Now for certain colors it might not work, so you're gonna mess around with it a little bit, and right about there looks good. So that is how you create your own. If you already have a preset, you just go in here and you just click that, and you have your preset already up. And there's some presets already made, and some you have to create custom. So that is how to do a gradient overlay on the text, and how to do a pattern overlay. We're gonna again click overlay and choose a pattern. Or no, wait, yeah, overlay. Let's see. We're gonna have to do, I think that would be cool. And I think you have to edit the text color to be able to see it. Yeah, you can't have a white. I'm pretty sure you can't have white. So let's go with, has to be a darker color, so I think right there would be alright. Give it a camo sort of look. You can go back into blending options and edit that. So right about at 100, I guess, we can leave it like that. And now you have your own custom profile picture, and all you have to do is you click File, Save As. You click the little drop down next to Format and make sure it's a PNG file, and then you can save it as whatever you want. You're going to click smallest compression, so it's smallest file size, and make sure it's on none for interlace, and click OK. And we're going to wait for this to finish, and we're going to open up Google Chrome and go to tinypng.org. So you're going to go to wherever you saved your file, your picture, and here it is, and we're going to drag it up into here. And what this website does is it reduces the file size by drastic amounts. I really like this this website, and it reduced it by 66%. You're going to click download and just drag it back to your folder and click copy and replace. So now it's 326 kilobytes, and that is your profile picture. If you found this video helpful or you liked the video, remember to leave a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks so much for watching.